All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I don't know about where you're tuning in from, but it is rainy uh, on this Wednesday in Alabama, but we're not going to let it rain on our parade. And I am super excited to be on with you this morning. And if you're a guest on, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, want to kick off this morning. Obviously, we pick a word a day. So today, how many of you felt awkward at times? Surely not Billy, right? Never felt awkward, right? So come on, smile with me a little bit. First of all, give me some waves out there. Yes, yes, yes. Good to see everybody. I'll put a smile on your face. So I want to share something with you. If you look at the word awkward, causing or feeling embarrassed or inconvenient, I think of words like embarrassing, uncomfortable, difficult. All of those words are centered around, for me, awkward. And I really thought about this, Coach, when I first thought of the word awkward and we started talking about it and we're going to use it today, was I'll never forget the first time I had to public speak. It was in a college class. I had a professor that did not realize that he was doing something that would really change my life forever. And I remember, I'm not going to go into it, but I can remember the first presentation. Me and him literally crawled around on the room in front of everybody and oinked like a pig to break the awkward, like the embarrassment, like, let's just go ahead and get it out of the way, right? And I'll never forget the freedom that felt like once I got up in front of the class. It's like you can't do much more to embarrass yourself than to crawl around on the floor in front of the class. But he did it with me. He did it with me. And I'll never forget him whispering in my ear and said, just rock the awkward. Rock the awkward. And it's changed my life. It changed everything for me. I was somebody that was raised like, come up through school in speaking classes, like couldn't pronounce words, still have a challenge with that. I couldn't, spelling was a challenge, grammatically was a challenge, got pulled out of class for it. And then this moment in time of rock the awkward changed everything for me. And Anthony, did I even send you those pictures? No, that's perfect. That's perfect. So have you ever had those moments? I had a picture to send you. Oh my goodness, I got to do it. I got to do it. So I don't know if Anthony can get it up, but have you ever had those moments where you've told somebody, hey, Billy, how are you doing? And Billy says, doing good, Brent. How are you? And I say, doing good, Billy. How are you doing? And you're like, I think I just asked him that question. Or maybe you've went through a funeral home and you've looked at somebody at a funeral at the visitation and you said, how are you doing? And then you went, oh my God, did I just really say that? Like, I know how they're doing. They're doing terrible. They're just laying to rest somebody they care about. Like, let's be honest. Or you went to shake somebody's hand and they kind of turned from you. And you're like, well, okay. I mean, or somebody waves at you, you wave back, but really they're waving to the person behind. All of those are awkward moments. So, I had some really cute videos like to show you on that. Maybe Ant can get them up. So I want to give you 3 laws to follow when rocking the awkward, because I don't know if you're doing it right now. Like some of you are in network marketing, and if you've never rocked the awkward, you will, right? Just talk to people. Number 1, law number 1, it's not just you. If you'll just realize that everybody, Coach Myra Miles has had awkward moments.
A lot.
I've had awkward moments. Like everybody has awkward moments and has to just rock the awkward. Law number 2, Oh, check this out. Check this moment out. This was televised. How awkward was that? Okay. So that's good, Anthony. Thank you. You don't have to do the other one if you don't want to. But law number 2 is just to accept the awkwardness. Realize that it's an opportunity to grow and learn. That's what I really learned that day when we crawled around on the floor and oinked like a pig. And then I did my presentation and he said, rock the awkward. I really learned that that day was a pivoting point for me, and it really was an opportunity to learn and grow. So if you're doing something right now that's scaring you to death, that is awkward, that you're having to rock the awkward, understand you're learning and you're growing by this. Number 3, let others be awkward. It's okay. Like, don't make an excuse for them. How many of you have had an awkward moment and you've tried to be the scapegoat? It's probably me. And you make excuses for that person. Just let them rock the awkward. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you don't have to say anything, because remember this, it's awkward for you, it's awkward for them, but we all have those awkward moments. So focusing in on these 3 laws has allowed me to stop focusing so much on myself and instead spend more time being present and aware of those around me. Quit focusing on yourself. You're awkward. It's okay. You're going to have awkward moments. Don't worry about it. Others do too. Just rock it, and it allow you to have the freedom to focus in on the world around you. Okay. Quit being so critical of yourself. Coach, I'll turn it to you.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. And Jesse, are you still on here? Okay. When I saw him, and we're talking about awkward, I'm going to have to share a moment with y'all. You got to understand something about Jesse Powell. He is in business with Hunter, and I think they're really doing a fantastic job. But we had an awkward moment when Jesse was like the best bat boy manager ever that I had when I was at Brooks High School. I actually just took him to raise. I mean, I loved him, still love him. He's like my child. But we were in Mobile, Alabama, playing in a tournament, and we got beat by somebody that I just did not think we should have gotten beat by. So I was hot. Well, I had Jesse always up in the front seat by me, and he was kind of the liaison in between the people in the van behind me and me. Well, I mean, we find an open spot, we go out, and guess what? We're going to practice. That's not uncommon, right? Everybody's heard of coaches doing that when they've been unhappy about their team's performance. Well, guess what? There were tornadoes everywhere, and nobody wanted to say anything because I was so mad. And so that was a true awkward moment for Jesse and the girls in that van. And I learned a huge lesson by that. But I definitely did not rock the awkward on that day, Coach. I actually showed how ignorant I was that day. So anyway, nobody got hurt. Everybody was safe. And now it's just it's a fun thing to talk about with my kids from back in the day. And we laugh about that. But anyway, I want to start with a quote from Brian Tracy. He said, "Move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you're willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new." Again, it's normal. So here are 10 ways, and I'm going to move really, really quick. And if you miss something and want to know more about it, just inbox me and I will certainly get back with you on it. First one, before attending a party or any social event, practice some conversation starters with your friends and family members. If you're a truly awkward person, get your closest friends and family members, and they'll give you feedback, and that's going to be valuable and can help you develop better communication skills. Number 2, listen, enroll in self-development classes and read self-help books for inspiration and practical advice. Just reading books and taking courses, we all know that's not going to make our social awkwardness go away, but it does help us and give us a little bit of a more hopeful and optimistic feeling as we go into these situations. Number 3, remember that good conversations are spontaneous, and we must trust our ability to respond in the right way. How many of us have been in conversations and everything's going good, and then all of a sudden we're thinking, oh my God, this is really going good, and then it gets awkward because we overthink it. So, I mean, that's just part of it. We all do it. Observe people that are really great at socializing. And this is a way to learn the tricks of the trade. And this also helps you see what a healthy social interaction looks like. So that's easy. We all have people in our lives. I look and watch so many people on this call, especially Brent and Andrea. I've been able to be around them. Jane, you do a fantastic job of that too. Everybody on here, Billy and Andrea, y'all are great at that. So, ask a friend, an outgoing friend, to attend the next social event with you. Okay? Ask them to attend with you if it's something you're kind of uptight about. Not to hide behind them, but to help increase your comfort level by giving you that moral support. Number 6, when approaching new people, this is really, I think, critically important. When you're approaching new people or when they approach you, always, did I say always, start with the basics. First one, look them in the eye. Second one, offer your hand, or in today's world, a fist bump, and tell them your name. Okay? Those are, to me, essential and very, very basic things that we have to do. By doing all of these, it's virtually impossible to start off on the wrong foot, because those are 3 positive things. So you start on a positive note. Next one, listen very carefully. And this, I got a big guilty written across my head right here because sometimes I don't do this. Listen very, very carefully to what that other person is saying. Then ask questions based upon what you hear. Ask those questions. Don't zone out. They like to hear, a lot of people like to hear themselves talk. So asking them questions, it will give them a chance to do that. Now, don't overcompensate for your social awkwardness by being overly friendly. How many of us have done that? We get in an uncomfortable situation and we turn into Rachel Ratchet. We just start lip boxing everybody we talk to, just bam, 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 bam. And it's awkward. Don't tell a bunch of jokes or volunteer too much of your personal information. Be yourself. That's the true way to keep from feeling awkward. Don't just nod and smile at someone if they say something to you. This is actually one I'm guilty of. You ever been in a conversation where somebody's talking and you didn't no more understand what in the cat hair they said, and you just nodding and smiling like you understood? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All of us have done that. Don't. Just be honest and say, Anthony, man, I'm sorry I didn't hear you. What'd you say? Again, don't nod and smile like a big dummy when you don't hear. Okay, rather than suffering alone, if you have just tremendous trouble with this, listen, there is no weakness or shame in asking for help, psychologist, psychiatrist, about your awkwardness. There's no shame in this. That is what the world has gotten us into, is sometimes we think it's shameful to ask for help. It is not. So anyway, hopefully you can take some of those points that I found this morning, and good lesson today for everybody is do not practice your teams, or don't go walk your dog, or be out in a hurricane or a tornado today. Right, Jesse?
Coach, thank you for that. And I got to say this as we end. Think about this. So Coach, I've known Coach my whole life. But I think about how close we are today.
Mhm.
And I think back, let's just say 3 years ago, what was we knew each other, we interacted, but it wasn't even a tenth of the degree of what it is today. And so I remember first starting to communicate with Coach every day, and it was a bit awkward. Like it's just somebody new that you're communicating with every day. What a blessing it's turned into
Yes.
today because of rocking that awkwardness of
Yes.
of having a new relationship. Does everybody follow me there? I challenge you, if you want to know one assignment to do, is if you don't have a new relationship right now you're working on, that is your goal. Rock the awkward in a new relationship, get to know somebody, and watch the ripple that that turns into. Coach, thanks for studying the word with me. All of you, thanks for being here this morning. Happy hump day to you. We love you. We appreciate you. We're grateful for you. We'll see you
Absolutely.
back tomorrow.
Love y'all.